Hey friend, welcome back to the Gentle Reset, your no judgment zone for creating a home that actually works for you. I'm Allison, ADHD home and systems coach, former occupational therapist, and mom of two, and I'm so glad you're here. Last week in episode 48, we talked about ADHD-friendly vacation prep and how to pack and travel without the chaos. If you've got a trip coming up, go give that one a listen. Today, we're talking about how to keep up with your home when there's basically zero routine left in the summer. But we're going to go a little deeper than that because if you've ever set up a system that worked for about a week and then it completely fell apart, this episode is really for you. Here's your weekly 3, a mind hack, a home hack, and a personal highlight to help your home feel lighter, more functional, and easier to maintain. And hey, real quick, if this episode has been helpful to you, would you take a second to leave a quick rating or review? It's one of the best ways to help more ADHD women find this kind of support. Thank you so much. Today we're talking about why summer makes it so much harder to keep up with your home, the real reason your systems haven't stuck before, and the 2 things that make a system actually work for an ADHD brain. And don't forget to hit follow now so you don't miss next week's episode. We're wrapping up our summer series and starting to look ahead to back to school. Let's jump in. Here's the mindset shift I want you to hear today. If you've tried organizing systems before and they didn't stick, it's not because you didn't have enough motivation. It's because the system relied on motivation in the first place. And that's the problem with most organizing advice. It's built around the idea that you'll feel like doing it, that you'll stay consistent, that you'll keep it up once you start. But here's the thing. If a system only works when you're motivated, it's not really a system. It's just a good day. And you can see this play out in summertime because in summer, your routine is gone, you're running on less energy, and there's a lot more going on. So any system that needed a bunch of motivation to keep up with, that's the first thing to go. This is something I really want you to hear, especially as an ADHD woman. Losing motivation is normal. It's not a personal flaw, it's just how our brains work. Motivation comes and goes. So instead of trying to find more motivation, we're going to build systems that don't depend on it. Because a system that works on your tired days, your busy days, your I can't even days, that's a system that actually sticks. So what actually makes a system work for an ADHD brain? 2 things: fewer steps and keeping it visible. Let's start with fewer steps. Every single step you add is another place where the entire process can break down. So if putting something away takes 5 steps, opening the closet, pulling out the bin, taking off the lid, putting the thing in, putting the lid back on, sliding it back in, it's probably not going to happen, especially in summer, especially on a hard day. So we make it stupidly simple. An open basket instead of a bin with a lid, a hook instead of a hanger, one bin by the door instead of carrying things all the way upstairs or making piles on the stairs. The fewer the steps, the more likely it actually gets done. You're removing the friction so the system works even when you're running on empty. And the second thing, keep it visible. For ADHD brains, out of sight really is out of mind. If your system is tucked away in a closet or a drawer, your brain kind of forgets it exists. So keep the things you use most where you can see them. Use clear bins, open baskets, labels, hooks out in the open. Let the system be a visual cue that reminds you what to do. When something is simple enough to do in 1 or 2 steps and visible enough that you actually remember it, that's when it finally starts to stick. Not because you tried harder, but because it was built for how your ADHD brain actually works. I had a call recently with a mom who said something I hear all the time. She's a mom of 3 kids, and she told me she felt like she was drowning in everything and she was so tired of being overwhelmed. She had doom boxes everywhere and no real organization system, and she'd tried all the things, toy rotations, having less, decluttering, but the clutter always came back. What she really wanted was a simple, sustainable rhythm for her home, something that worked for all different areas, that everyone in her family could actually follow. She wanted her home to feel cozy and peaceful, more functional, more streamlined, but she was worried she didn't have enough motivation to keep up with working on it. And I told her what I'm telling you. It is so normal to lose motivation. That shutdown feeling, that decision fatigue, where you just don't know where to start, so you don't start at all. And that's so common, and that's actually exactly where I come in. because part of what I do is being a coach in your pocket. When you get stuck, you reach out and I help you solve the problem and make those decisions faster. So you're not sitting in that overwhelmed, frozen place on your own. You don't have to have the motivation all figured out before you start. You just need the right support and the right kind of system. If you're looking for more support in your home, my website is linked in the show notes. You can see client stories, before and afters, and learn more about how I can help you in your home. Here's what I want you to remember today. If your systems didn't stick before, it's because they relied on motivation. ADHD-friendly systems have fewer steps and stay visible. A system that works on your hardest days is the one that actually lasts. Well, that's it for today, friend. Thank you for being here and spending this time with me. And if you're not already following the podcast, make sure you hit follow now so you don't miss our summer wrap-up next week. Remember, one small shift at a time creates momentum. You're doing better than you think, and I'm so proud of you. See you next week on The Gentle Reset for another weekly 3.